It's tea time.
Wait, we're doing a silent episode.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're going to chaplain this stuff. Yeah. Okay, we're done.
oh man, we're drinking some some aged Baozhong.
Yeah.
From the 70s, 74.
Yeah.
To be particular, and it looks old.
This is one of Nixon's rejects. They were going to give him some Big Red Road or Baozhong, and then this one got rejected.
Aww.
Well, I'm kidding, because that was China, not Taiwan. So, yes, this is from supposedly 1974.
Yep.
Some aged Baozhong from Taiwan. And this is from our old friends Everlasting Tea,
right,
who we brought a couple episodes on each year, it feels like. And how's this look and smell?
It looks aged. Smells aged, for sure. And,
Ooh,
so,
yep.
Right?
Yep.
So it has that sort of, it loses its color saturation. It becomes kind of like a muted, in this case, brown. And it certainly does not smell like your typical Baozhong at all. It smells like an aged Blue Air to me.
Right. It's
honestly.
at that stage where it
Right.
starts to sort of converge and like these aged, they kind of just have this sort of aged smell to it.
Right, and taste.
Right. And it's not to say they all taste the same so much, but
Yeah.
there's more commonality than there may have been when they were fresh.
100%. And so James is stuffing this.
Right, and
Cool.
we're actually using a pretty normal amount of leaf. These are just, it's a fluffy leaf tea.
For sure.
And we're going to try to enjoy this as well. That is really cool.
Just to be clear, it's literally...
Yeah.
Like,
I think I could take some more.
oh my god. Oh god, we're gonna die. So, HTs. Do you rinse HTs?
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. And from a color perspective here, what would a typical Baozhong look like in terms of the liqueur color?
You know, I don't know how this was processed, but yeah, a typical Baozhong process these days would look probably even lighter than the Lishan that we brought on a couple episodes ago. Yeah. So it'd be on the very unoxidized end of Oolong.
Right. And so this is a very different format for this tea to show up. And this is, to James's point, no longer, not that this ever was, the way you do a Baozhong. You know, it was not intended to age. But
most likely, yeah. Smells like someone's garden.
It smells like peas. It smells like pea patches and like, yeah, it smells like a garden. Super hard.
Yeah.
It's such a you know, like starting TeaDB. I would never have imagined that we'd be drinking stuff like this, and I didn't have any idea that these sorts of teas, these sorts of flavors existed with tea. You know, I mean, it literally is just one plant processed with heat and moisture and humidity and time, and you can produce so much variety. And so this is one of the sort of extremes of the variety that we get to experience on the show, and it's really, I'm excited for it. Look at how freaking dark that is. I mean, that is so red.
Yep. Really nice and
beautiful.
Actually
really
pretty
clean.
great. Yeah, exactly. Clarity to the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they call it tea.
Word.
this liquidy stuff.
I call it cha.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very Russian of you.
Yeah.
Let me smell that shit.
Yeah. In tea ceremony, instead of giving someone the middle finger, you can give them the pinky.
Like stab me in the eye.
Yeah.
Man, this has a really interesting aroma. Really unique.
It's almost like perfumey.
Yeah, it's got some... I don't know what the hell's going on here. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. All right, shall we?
Let's do it. Cheers.
Cheers. Really smooth. Tastes not totally different from what it smells like.
It tastes very similar to what it smells like. This does not taste like Baozhong to me. It tastes like an aged. It doesn't taste like an aged pu'er because it doesn't have quite as much of that like petrol like kind of kicking you in the face. It's smooth like you said, but it tastes so distinctly aged. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very earthy.
Exactly. And it has that sweetness though too.
Yeah.
It's really pleasant.
Yeah. Sort of root vegetable sweetness almost to it.
Yeah.
Very natural tasting. This is not like sugar cane or palm sugar or anything like that.
It's brilliant. It's so interesting to have the flavor profile of sweet dirt be so satisfying and delicious. And this is, I mean, we're there. You know, it's got that sort of minerally. If you've been out in the garden doing your gardening, and you just have that aroma, it is that with sweetness, and it's smooth. Maybe a very little hint of kind of a creaminess, and
Yeah.
pencil shaving aftertaste, all those sort of classic.
How clean would you say this is?
Really clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. And I wonder how much of that is a product of the Baozhong being non-pressed. And so just purely based on the rinse, you can clean the tea much more efficiently, if you will.
True. Rather than if you're brewing
Right.
like a pretty compressed chunk.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, some people will rinse pu'er a couple times
Right.
as sort of a result, especially ripe pu'er.
There is some... Okay, so I'm going to bring us into class.
Brace yourselves.
Tea
We're going
here.
into new tea vocab. New word. Word of the day.
There is a community pool chlorininess to this tea that is so noticeable on the smell. I'm not tasting chlorine in the cup. It's not bad. It just
So
is like
specifically
what I
chlorine?
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it. There's some smell like the pump room in a
You think of, like,
community pool.
The Mary Waite or something like that?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Totally.
See, I even know what pool he's talking about.
Totally know which one. Yeah.
That's not because I know the aroma of the pool. It's because we grew up together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. So here's my token weird tea flavor comparison for the day. Hey, who hasn't had a couple gulps of community pool water in their life?
Yeah, if you haven't, then actually you're the
Probably
weird
gonna
one.
be
You're the weird
Living
one.
longer than I will.
No, man, it builds the immune system.
It's true. It's a hormetic effect. This is really good. It's very different. Does this pass the mom test, James?
No.
Right.
What about your mom specifically? Would your mom like this?
Yeah, she'd be like, this is
Yeah.
weird. I like it.
Because I feel like the mom test, maybe it started with our actual moms, but
Right.
now it's a more general thing.
Right.
But your mom actually has pretty, she's open to
Yeah.
different
She'd
tastes
find
and
these
experience.
flavors intriguing, right?
Right.
I don't know. So there's a type of person where they just want to drink something and they want it to be purely pleasurable and they want to love the flavors of it and stuff. I think that we're at a point on on doing tea stuff that just novelty alone is interesting and pleasurable by itself.
Right.
And so to have new flavors show up and then to know, okay, this is from the aging or this is from how it was processed. It's just an interesting exercise for us too.
Right.
Not only that though, this is tasty. I mean,
This
really
is
tasting it,
this
right?
is pleasurable for me at least. I'm
Yeah.
going to say
It's really nice.
that last steep was even particularly sweet. I really liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, it's the sweet flavors are coming out a little bit more. We're lucky. Yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah. Another thing to note about this tea and aged teas in general is if you're not familiar with them, they're extremely smooth and easy to drink. You're not going to get sharper flavors to it. They're just very soft. And for people that are looking for tea not to be like super verdant and things like that, this is kind of the polar opposite of that.
Right.
And I really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's easy on the stomach.
Right.
You could drink this first thing, I think, and be fine. I feel like it's similar to Ripe in that way too, where it's really approachable and soft on the palate.
Right.
All those tannins have kind of relaxed. Really tasty. I mean, this is a strange.
Almost entirely low notes to this. There's not much of any of the mid to high notes at all in this anymore.
Yeah. I don't know. Something about the flavor profile I find just, delighting. Not something I would want to have every day, though.
Right.
That will be clear. I mean, this is kind of a unique tea. I would roll with a typical Baozhong unaged for a daily drinker, definitely. Right. This is a treat. Does this mean that you can go ahead and age your Baozhong and you'll have the same thing happen to you in 35 years? 45 years?
Probably not, but it's not worth trying. That's the double negative for you guys. So, try it if you want to. Right. I don't think it's a guaranteed failure. If you're looking for a very specific profile, you probably won't get it, but you could end up with something interesting.
Man. Also, the thing about this is that it is so smooth. It is so smooth and so clean.
Yeah, so it's so cozy. It's like we talked about the last tea being cozy. Yeah, give Everlasting Tea a try for sure.
Yeah. My gosh.
Yeah.
This is 45 years old.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's older than us by a lot. Really yummy, easy to drink, approachable. Definitely pick something like this up to share, to have a sit down with your tea buddy or tea buddyette, whatever. Buddy is a general neutral term.
Context is important.
Definitely spend some time on a tea like this, because it's a treat, and it also takes a lot of time to show up and be able to drink something like this on demand. So,
right,
it's
not a 10-minute bang it out tea. Yeah. Even though this episode will be probably like 15 minutes. Yeah.
Really interesting. Hard to also just compare what these teas taste like to other teas.
Right.
And there's really a uniqueness to the aging.
So yeah. What about ultralight? How would this do?
I'm too selfish to share this with someone like my friends who are just like whatever. Yeah. It's like, so I have a couple friends who I know would find it really interesting and give it the attention it deserves. I don't mean to undercut any of my friends who have I've had tea with at all.
Don't worry, they're not listening. You can do it.
Probably true. Every one of you owe me $5. No, and this tea though, I think it just requires enough attention that I wouldn't brew it grandpa style. I just think, I'd bring out my guy one.
Yeah.
Brew with the guy one.
What if you were solo? You're in the mountains, you're on your own. Would this be a tea to savor?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I feel like it does fit the mood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple, I have some favorite spots along rivers that I like to stop at. They just have that sort of like serene, tranquil vibe, and a tea like this would be just a wonderful compliment. So,
right.
Yeah.
Or if you're James Franco and you just had to chop off your arm from, isn't that a movie? That's a real movie?
Yeah.
This would be a good tea to sort of...
Chop your arm off too, definitely.
yeah. I think we're covering all our bases here.
Oh, God, yeah. Chopping off your arm test.
Yeah.
Cut.
No, we don't cut anything in TeaDB.
So you've let this one go for a minute here.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a stress test.
Yep.
Was that boiling water?
Yep. And these teas are just so forgiving on the brews that this would be good, grandpa style. You're just dealing with issues like scarcity. It's like we just don't have that much of this tea.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, this tea is, as Denny said, 45 years old.
Right.
So you don't want to use it flippantly, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. You want to keep your vessel small, if you will, in some sense, and try to get a lot of potency out of the amount of tea that you use. This is a great tea to, give some attention to. It's wonderfully sweet. It's so hard to place it being a Baozhong, so I can't transcend the flavors that I'm at today with this. I wouldn't be able to tell you how much age this has. All I can say clearly about this is that it's got that wonderful aged vegetal earthiness to it with deep, beautiful, sweet notes. It tastes aged to some degree, and it's really clean.
Right. And probably the biggest cues that this would be a Baozhong were just the dry leaf.
100%.
In the sense that it's not rolled.
100%.
It's not like a dongding.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, cheers.
Cheers.
And to your point, we've had some really exquisite aged wuis that also will look somewhat similar in the cup. But those really do bring in their own character in those older teas.
A little more mineral.
They really are. I mean, they are pretty distinct.
It's kind of the telltale sign of wui that never goes away, isn't it? Sort of.
So I could probably say this isn't an aged wui, but beyond that, it'd be pretty hard to place.
Yep.
Really good, really pleasant. You push this steeping and
it's still great.
Yeah.
I mean, as is the case of the tea we brought on the previous episode, we do not expect these teas to go on for 20 steepings, most likely. I mean, maybe you can find the odd unicorn in there, but this is not like a pour of super high quality. So, yeah. So you should be careful when you're making it, certainly, and attentive because, so you could oversteep and it would be fine, but you don't want to because you want to extract as much of goodness as you possibly can from this bad boy. Right. You also don't want to understeep it because you want to get that full experience. Yeah,
and actually, what are the ratios that you're using for people in context here?
So I think these teas, I'd lean towards a slightly heavier hand. Of course, there's a limit to that, as Denny said.
Yeah.
So I'm got the Oolong burps, 6.3, 6.4 grams for about 95 milliliters. So that's actually not as crazy. If I were to fill this up just normally, that filled up almost the entire vessel. Right. So it's just a very fluffy tea.
Yeah.
And I think this vessel retains heat very well. I'm trying to use boiling water as much as I can, so it really responds well to heat. Not one that you should be brewing anywhere close to green tea temperature.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Guys, check out Everlasting Teas, everlastingteas.co. Every tea we've had from them has been a home run.
Yep.
And
good fresh Baozhong too, if you want to see the drastic difference.
Shout out to them also for being great. I brought some teas over and shared some with my dad, and he grabbed some too.
Which is not common.
Not common.
Yeah. So pass the literal dad test.
Did pass the dad test. Not this one. But young Baozhong did. So give those guys a shot, definitely. These teas are just, they're wonderful. They're stores in New York, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
New York.
So go and visit if you can and have tea there.
Or I don't know if they actually have a store.
Oh, they don't. Oh, okay.
But they are based in New York.
They're based in New York. Okay, never mind.
I think they might go to festivals or something like that. So if they're in a festival in New York, see if you can find it.
Check it out. Definitely pick up some of their more expensive Baozhong. Give it a shot. You'll love it. And then if you're, maybe convince 3 or 4 of your friends to go in on a couple of sessions of something like this and have something really different.
Right.
Really, really yummy and interesting. Thank you.
Yep. And if you absolutely have to chop off your arm, choose this tea. See you guys next time.
Go to TeaDB, Instagram, all that.